And welcome back to the final episode of the Dwarf Fortress Let's Play. Well, not the final episode, but the final one I'm going to record now. Yeah, what did we do last time? We managed to, oh my god, grow some birds. And just look at that. We're gonna have a lot of things to butcher. Also, is that a goose or a gun? It's a gun, okay. So we can certainly butcher that. Let me see if we have... I think the search function here is added by... Yes, we have. So we have plenty of stray ganders, so I'm just going to butcher the one that's flashing all red. You are ready for slaughter. So let's end this. It's kinda annoying me, so it's gonna die. And, well, yeah, we also have a few spare cages now. And what are you going to do with spare cages? We drop cage traps. I know there are some pretty effective ways to drop those and to place them, but I'm pretty happy with just placing them randomly around the map. They do catch a ton of stuff, so it really isn't that much of trouble. I just need to make sure that we still have a path for the wagons to get around, because those can't pass cage traps. I'm gonna drop one more here. I guess one goes here. And one more over here. And one over here. And maybe over here. What's fighting? The echidna is fighting, okay. Why is it rolling into a ball and why is that fighting? It doesn't seem overly competent. And we have someone who is possessed. Being possessed is... Being possessed is not really a good mood we want to have, because it doesn't help with the skill they are possessed in. And of course they have Crafts Dwarf Shop that is possessed, so let's just see what he needs for his mood. He's gonna catch a ton of stuff here. Okay, he has begun constructing, so we don't need to worry about that. I would be fairly worried if he had... Okay, we just lost those eggs, did we? We have some hen eggs, we have some duck eggs, we have some goose eggs, which are going to be... I'm gonna save those. Oh no, they are safe. Okay. Ooh, the mountain liaison, right. Now what are we going to request from those guys? I'm not yet completely sure. We don't need that, we don't need that, we don't need... Let's just request some wood to be safe. No, not that much. Also some iron bars. And we don't need gems. We don't need seeds. Or do we need seeds? I'll buy some of those. We don't need helmet spawns, we need those. We don't need anvils, they will bring those anyway, so there is not really much of a point in requesting them. At least they bring them almost every time I see them, so you really don't have much trouble getting a bunch of those going. Anvils are very easy to come by. In the Masterwork Dwarf Fortress, there is also the answer to the question, where do you get the first anvil from? Because you can make them from stones there. You can actually make a lot of things from stone blocks in the Masterwork mod. However, it has other troubles. I'm not sure if I mentioned this already, but the mod just seems to hate me. Because every time I try to play it, it spawns a bunch of velociraptors or something near my fortress, and those immediately start to kill off all my dwarves. And once a certain number of critical dwarves has been killed, you can't really do much anymore. I'm gonna buy all of that. We don't need potash or pearl ash. Those are used for farming, and you can pretty much increase your farming stuff pretty well, really impressively. However, we don't need that. We have pretty large fields, we have plenty of space on those fields, and because of that we don't need to fertilize them any further. So at least I never ran into a point when I had to fertilize my fields if they were this big. And we are also having dedicated farmers, so we get more from these fields each time we harvest. Well, roughly. So if we track this pot, I'm going to show you that. It's all the way over there. Let's look at this pot. There's my cursor. This is a plant pot, and this is a beginning, or this is a beginner's harvesting, and you can see the stacks grow bigger here. So we have a chance to gain a lot more food. And the better our farmers get, the higher those stacks will become. So we have a 4 stack of pigtails here. And I think there is always the complete stack harvest used for cooking or brewing or something. You can see here we have 2, we have 1, we have 3. So you get the point. We don't seem to have any plant processors, which is a shame. We also don't seem to have anyone willing to brew drinks, although we do look pretty good on that. Okay, we know what they are selling to us. And I want that to be not taken. This can be, okay. I'm trying to save 1 clutch of eggs per season, per year. So I keep getting more stuff, more birds. I might actually need to consider expanding this pasture, but I don't think I need. We've got a large scepter, so another no, this time it's a useless thing. The armor stand is actually useful because some nobles require armor stands and expensive rooms, so that's gonna be quite useful. So we have a large scepter. All Craft's dwarf ship is of the highest quality, that's normal. It is encrusted with round diorite carbocons, decorated with larch and encircled with bands of larch and cedar. Well, that's not too bad. I'm not sure why you'd call it tempted clams, but who cares? Also, it's a shame we lost that black bear corpse. I was hoping you could butcher it. Oh well. Just remove this shop. We should have hunters pretty soon. Let's see what we can sell this time. Shell figurines, crowns, large gems, those are fine. Those are actually, they don't have any other purpose than being sold. Large gems are produced occasionally when you cut gems. How do you pronounce it? Gems? Gems? I have no idea. Blocks are something we're not going to sell. Goblets, yes. Meat, I don't know. We don't produce windows, that's totally silly. And amulets, yes, I guess, and horn scepters. Those are normal crafts, so if we just hit produce blah crafts, they will eventually make some of those. Also, you can see our pasture is getting pretty depleted. This grey bit here doesn't serve, doesn't feed the animal anymore. So we might want to work on that. Otherwise, we could be in trouble pretty soon. And we don't like being in trouble. Okay, what else do we have here? We have some sparring going on. We have our rooms being still under construction. And what are those guys without jobs? They're planters. Why don't we have planter jobs? Alright, because it's winter and apparently those seeds are not going to be of any use for us. We also don't seem to have that many seeds. Let's see, those are all above ground seeds. And we have a ton of that stuff. So I'm going to hope we are just brewing and cooking a lot. Because, well, especially brewing, because cooking doesn't seem to leave seeds behind. And again, we have quite a significant amount of food sitting around, and of fish and stuff that can be cooked, so I'm somewhat hoping that we will be able to cook a lot without using plants. Well, let me just they were just I just had to respond to Skype quickly. And I need to do something else here. I need to make those levels actually useful. So we're gonna link those up to a bridge, and I mean this one first, with two mechanisms. Okay. And we're going to link up the other lever to another bridge. So this one is getting linked, and we are adding this one to this bridge with those two mechanisms. Why not? So what is that good for? Now we can retract those bridges and basically make them impassable. So if we have some nasties spawning, for example here, on this small, well, not exactly island, but on this side of the river, we can just pull the lever and it will, well, retract the bridge after a few moments. It doesn't take long. And once that is done, the bridge will be gone. So enemies that aren't able to swim will be trapped here. There was also a pretty hilarious bug. I'm not sure if it was fixed. Sometimes goblins bring cave crocodiles and ride those into battle. And you could basically, well, they can swim and breathe underwater, but the goblins riding them cannot. So the cave crocodile would merrily jump into your moat or into a river, and the goblin would die. Also, there's grey langurs again. We're gonna kick their asses. As you can see here, they don't get into the fortress again. Yeah, die! Die! Tee hee! I suppose I'm going to drop a butcher's shop here again. Now this was satisfying. You can see we got quite a few of them, none of them got into the fortress. And yeah, fun times, right? Fun times. So they won't steal anything. I think we could also try to capture a few of them and tame them as pets, which is something you can do, and sometimes pets are a good thing to have. We're still fighting that one langur. Problem solved. Okay, now we butcher a few animals. We don't get the task here because you need to have some kind of dead animal nearby. So now we are going to get a ton of meat and stuff, so we're gonna make more bone balls. And that's why hunting is kinda self-sufficient, because if your hunters are any good, they will produce a lot of bones, and so you get a lot more balls out of that. So you never really run out of ammunition. Like, at all. And that's the cool thing about it. Okay. So, yeah, hunting is, if you use own ammunition, hunting is something that just keeps itself going and you get a ton of wood and stuff out of it in the process, so that's pretty cool. Also seems we have hit the Hilango in the teeth again. Yep. So they are now sitting around everywhere. It's so hilarious. Also, did someone vomit on our bridge? That's disgusting. Yeah. How comes this guy doesn't have a dog? You're a sword dwarf, so you'll get a ward dog. There is one downside to adding dogs to your dwarves, and that is if the dog dies, it's going to be treated as a pet. So the dwarf is going to be very unhappy about the demise of his beloved companion. Oh, he should actually get a positive thought out of it. I think he will. Oh well. Yeah, they are sleeping uneasy because we are building all this furniture around them, and that produces noise. I'm not sure. I hope those spars don't cause any noise. I would expect them to. I would kinda expect them to. I'm just going to make bedrooms. You don't need to assign them. This will just mark the bed as kinda available, and once a dwarf decides he wants to sleep in there, he will claim the room, and he will store his stuff in there and so on. So we'll just mark those as available bedrooms. Come on now. And you will soon see that the current owner will change. Okay, this and this and this and this and this and this. Okay, so now we can actually see if this room has already. No, it has not been claimed yet. But we'll look in a few moments again, and it should be claimed by then. Now we go. There we go. And now this room has been claimed by a cheesemaker and a farmer. So apparently those were a couple, and they will claim the same room. Which means we actually don't need to have that many rooms, and the 60 rooms in our fortress might very well be enough for the population we currently have. Also, that stork has claimed the nest box, but we don't need to save those eggs because we don't have any male stork on the map. So the chances of stork baby storks, whatever their name is, hatching are non-existent. What's all those caged cats, or did I? No, they're only covered in what, but they don't have a cat inside. However, we are going to unassign those cats from this pasture. I think I placed them here. Can I search for a cat here? There we go. Those are going to be unassigned. I just want them to be released from their cages. And yeah, so now the episode is over again. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm not sure when I'll get to upload all of those. It's been kind of fun to do though. Making Dwarf Fortress Let's Plays is always a pretty nice thing to do and very enjoyable. Did we already get all the Langer corpses? Yes. Skeleton, rotten. Okay, I guess we don't have anything butcher-worthy left. Didn't want that, I want to look. Actually, we could still do that. Or is it already rotten too? I'm not sure if it's rotten or not, but we'll find out. If they refuse to butcher it, no, they seem to be butchering it. Yep, it's still butcher wealthy. And we have a ton of stuff here that is going to be eventually used. We did get that black beer stuff, that's kinda cool. And we have a loom. So we can weave thread into cloth. What else do we have here? I think all our workshops except the jeweler's workshop are done. And with that, I'm bowing out of this episode. I'll see you all pretty soon. Bye!